আমি দেবিকা আর এ আমার হাজবেন্ড মিস্টার চ্যাটার্জি এ काम करता है नॉर्वे में ये मेरा दोनों बच्चा लोग है शोभ और शुचि
छोटी छोटी खुशियाँ चुनो ओ शुभ शुभ
हम अपना प्यारा कोलकाता छोड़ के नॉर्वे में अपना नया दुनिया बनाया पर उस दिन ये लोगों ने हमारा दुनिया छीन लिया।
वेलफ्रेड ने ये पाया है कि आप अपने बच्चों की देखभाल सही से नहीं कर पा रहे। What? आपके बच्चों की कस्टडी अब हमारे पास है। क्या बोल रहे हैं?
मेरा बच्चा ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग पे है। प्लीज मेरा बच्चा वापस दे दो।
Wilfred has picked up the children without informing the parents.
This couple here have been investigated for 10 weeks.
Cultural differences को लेके इन्होंने तो केस बना दिया आप पे। बच्चों को हाथ से खाना खिलाते हो, साथ सुलाते हो, माथे पे टीके लगाते हो। इनका तो ये कहना है कि
Mrs. Chatterjee has an unstable mind.
This court rejects Mrs. Chatterjee's petition.
No.
Both children will be wards of the state till they are 18 years old.
बच्चों की आड़ में बिजनेस चला रहे हैं ये लोग। जितने बच्चे ये फॉस्टर सिस्टम में डालते हैं ना, उतने ही पैसे मिलते हैं सबको।
दोनों बच्चा चाहिए। तुम्हें कोई आइडिया भी है इस मैटर से मेरे सिटीजनशिप एप्लीकेशन में क्या असर पड़ेगा?
तुम्हें तुम्हारे सिटीजनशिप से अलावा और कुछ दिखता है क्या?
मैं जानू मैं रूह या रूह मैं जान
I need my children, sir. I die, sir. Without my children, I die.
ये फैमिली मैटर
नहीं, ये देश का मैटर है। इनको लगता है कि हमारा भिखारी देश है, विथ नो कल्चर। जिस जगह हमको न्याय मिलेगा, दुनिया का कोई भी जगह। वहाँ जाके हम लड़ूंगा।
पूछो ये माँ के दिल से।
देविका जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
हम अच्छा माँ है, बुरा माँ है, पता नहीं, पर माँ हूँ सर।
Thank you so much for joining us, Rani. Finally, we get to talk to you. It's over Zoom, but something is better than nothing. We would have loved it in person in Dubai.
I know. But if the movie is a huge success, you tell your Z people to get me to Dubai and I'll come and I'll meet you all personally.
We will definitely get you, Rani. Let me tell you one thing, that we had an official pre-release screening. Z Studios was kind enough to arrange that for us, and trust me, the movie is like, it's blown up, and everyone who has watched it has walked out of the theaters with tears in their eyes, but also with raving reviews about it, and especially about you.
Thank you.
But so let's get into talking a little bit about it. The movie officially releases worldwide tomorrow, and we can't wait to hear more reviews about it from people. But tell me, Rani, let's go back into when you started working on this movie. Now, since this movie is about a Bengali woman, and it's also about a protective mother who will go to any extent to fight for her children. Since you're a Bengali yourself and a doting protective mother, was it kind of effortless to get into this role?
Yes, I think any woman, any person who's who has human emotions will feel for this character, especially because of the dehumanizing ordeal that they went through in Norway. The fact that this Indian family was made to go through this completely bizarre situation was something that when I got to know about the story the first time, that is what baffled me. That I couldn't believe that somebody can go through this for no fault of theirs. What amount of pain and anger this mother must have gone through to be able to deal with this unjust thing of being separated from her children. and especially a child who's just 5 months old and breastfeeding.
Yeah.
It was a very, very painful story to hear, firstly. Also, the fact that it happened in 2011 and still not many people were aware of it and were not aware of the story. That made me think that if the story was carried extensively by Indian media in 2011 and it still didn't reach everybody, that means this story needs to be told, and this story needs to be seen by a lot of people, and people need to be aware of what happens outside of our country, to be able to gauge and understand that if tomorrow you decide to settle abroad, you have to embrace the different law, order, and cultural belief that comes with that country.
Absolutely.
Because every person who lives in a foreign country is away from their own culture, away from their own roots, and they want to stick by their roots and yet want to embrace the new culture and everything that they are supposed to. So this is a story that raises questions about diversity, about inclusivity, about embracing each other's cultures and living in harmony under one roof. So I think this film is starting that chatter, and I think it's a very healthy chatter to have, because world over, this is what people are talking about.
Exactly.
And I think I'm so happy to be able to bring Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway to the theatres, because the mood of the audience has changed regarding movie watching, and people are choosing only the very big films to go and experience in the theater, and they're choosing different platforms to watch content-based films. So I'm hoping and praying that my movie brings the audience to the theaters with a content-based film.
Well, it definitely will, and since you brought up that point of this kind of a story needs to be told, and y'all have done a brilliant job of putting it out there, and not many people knew about the story, including myself. And can I tell you something, that after watching the movie, I've actually gone and researched on the real Mrs. Chatterjee. Of course, not just found out the story in detail, in depth about Sagarika Chakraborty, but also found out similar stories that are coming out.
That are even today.
That are happening even today. Children are still away from their parents in foster homes. This is happening in Sweden, in Germany, and it gives me the chills, like how is it still happening? And I think this story is going to, this movie is really going to open up a can of worms, and everyone is going to talk about it and debate, and maybe we'll get somewhere to bringing about a solution to a grave problem like this. But Tell me, Rani, when you do a movie which is based on a true incident, a true event like this, and you're portraying the life of somebody who's really gone through something like this, do you feel kind of under pressure? Is the preparation more meticulous, and do you feel sort of under that pressure to be more convincing?
Of course, and it was a huge responsibility to be able to portray Devika, authentic Devika, like authentic Bengali woman, Bengali mom. And I luckily had a very, very, I would say, inspiration very close to me, who is my mom. She is a quintessential Bengali mom who has raised me, and for me, there is nobody else that I could relate to but my own mom.
Yeah.
When I read the story of the film. And organically, I kind of channeled a lot of my mom in Devika's character.
Right.
Because, our moms influence us in more ways than we can even imagine.
Yeah.
Or we want to believe, because we all want to be different.
True.
But our mothers, we land up becoming our mothers after a certain age.
Yes.
Even though we don't want that. But we'll end up becoming our moms. So Devika is to my mom, who is completely crazy, and she's very much connected to her roots.
Yes.
Very proud to be a Bengali, living in Maharashtra for more than 50 years after a marriage. But yet, the 20 years that she spent with her parents in West Bengal, those are the roots that she's stuck by, and she's not changed at all.
Yes.
You know.
Tell me, did you have a chance or did you meet in or interact with Sagarika at all throughout the making of the film?
Actually, I met her for the first time 3 days back at the press con with Karan. And that's the time I met her. And she appeared like a flower to me, so delicate. But the strength that she portrayed in her life, she's truly a hero, in my eyes.
True. And why did you choose not to meet her before, throughout, while the making of the film was going on?
Because, see, I know as a Bengali, she will connect with me in a very different way. And I didn't want her to be intimidated at all, while expressing her life story. Right. So I chose to not kind of meet her, so that I could, so that she could freely express what she felt to my director. And also, I didn't want to be like her in the film, because I wanted Devika to have her own a character, so that people, when they're watching the film, they watch a character and they are deeply engraved in what they believe Devika is. It would be too many parallels that would be drawn, and then I would have had to see each scene according to how Sagarika would have reacted.
True.
And I didn't want that. I wanted Devika to be her own person.
Yeah. Well, brilliantly done is all I would say. Well, acting is about living different characters, and you have just played a role, a character which is emotionally so draining. So when you do something like that, is it how easy or how difficult is it to switch on and switch off from that character and the film in your personal life?
That's something that I've done throughout my career, switching on and switching off. I think I do it also between takes, because if I had to literally be in character or be in that zone, I don't think I would be able to perform the way I do, because you need a certain amount of energy when you're performing scenes. But if I have to be emotionally actually drained, I think it'll be more internal and nothing will come out, because when you are personally sad or when you are going through emotions, you can't really emote the way we have to emote on screen.
Yeah. True.
So it is important for us to be snapping in and snapping out of it.
Of course, it's part and parcel of our job, and we need to do it every single day. Right, I'm going to quickly run through a very, very quick rapid fire before we close. It's not going to take more than a couple of minutes. Tell me, what makes Rani nervous?
The release of a film.
Tomorrow is the day.
Also now, because I'm married to a producer, I get nervous when his films also releasing.
I am sure. Well, we've seen the romantics and we know all about it. Anyway, that's a topic for another day. When are you making your social media debut, Rani?
Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe when my daughter insists that I do.
Someday you will be on it. We hope
someday.
So you've played many characters in your illustrious career so far. So which has been the most challenging one to play? Can we say this one?
See, right now, because we are promoting Mrs. Chatterjee Vs Norway, why not? Mrs. Chatterjee Vs Norway.
Yes. Best part of working with Z Studios?
I think Z has been a very, very important name in the field of entertainment around the world. And Z is a platform where it reaches the masses. It has a wide reach. And for me to be able to be part of the journey that is Z's journey, I think it's spectacular, because I know that the reach will be humongous.
Yes.
With Z. I'm really, really happy to be able to be part of something that Z has produced.
Superb. Last question. What is the weirdest rumor you have heard about yourself?
Hardly any weird rumor that has maybe that I got married to Adi much before I did get married to him.
Yeah, that could have been a rumor. Well, thank you so much, Rani. I'm being asked to cut the interview short. I would love to go on talking to you, but once again, let me tell you, we are absolutely in awe of the film, of the story, of every cast, of the crew that's put together the film and brought the story out to the world, and of course yourself, and how we have seen you on screen, you know, with that comeback on the screen with such a powerful role and such a powerful character. And kudos to Z Studios and MA for bringing the story to the world. And yeah, let's see, the verdict will be out very soon. We wish you all the very best with Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much.